All right, in 2023, the political landscape was marked by a series of dramatic events ranging from nationwide protest to multiple impeachment attempts. Politicians have gone about their duties loudly, looking to position themselves strategically ahead of the 2027 elections. Bushebi Jr. covered 5 key events that happened in 2023. Let's check it out.
We will not allow dictatorship in this country.
In 2023, the political landscape has been marked by a series of dramatic events ranging from nationwide protests to multiple impeachment attempts. Politicians have gone about their duties loudly, looking to position themselves strategically ahead of the 2027 elections. Maisha TV has compiled pivotal political occurrences that captured widespread attention, with some of them garnering attention from the international community. First, there was the mass protests, popularly known as Mano. Azimio leader Raila Odinga rallied its supporters for national anti-government protests on March 20th, aptly named Mano Monday.
Jumatatu, tarehe 20.
Demonstrations aimed to address pressing national concerns, including the high cost of living, the reconstitution of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, the auditing of the 2022 election results, and the marginalization of specific regions in the appointment of state officials. Regrettably, the peaceful intent of the protests was marred by incidents of violence, as some supporters deviated into looting sprees and attacks on private property. Efforts by law enforcement to prevent Raila from entering the central business district faced criticism for the perceived use of excess force, leading to a few reported casualties.
You can see they tried to strangle me in the streets. You can see this. This is inflicted by a police officer.
In response to the escalating situation, Raila Odinga made the decision to call off the protests, having twice skipped scheduled demonstrations. Subsequently, the government and the opposition opted for a more diplomatic approach, engaging in bipartisan talks to address and resolve the underlying issues.
Sasa hao watu wawache kutusumbua sisi na maandamano. Wawache kutusumbua ati sava kitu gani? Uchaguzi iliisha last year. Na niliwapatia warning hawa watu mapema. Hawakusikia. Si niliwapatia ilani? Niliwaambia nitawanyorosha asubuhi na mapema. Hawakusikia. Sasa hiyo wanazunguka wanasema sava sijui sava nini.
Later, Bipartisan Talks. The bipartisan talk began after President William Ruto extended an invitation to Raila Odinga to discuss issues raised during the Mano through a bipartisan approach. While the president wanted the discussions to be held in parliament, Raila Odinga wanted the talks to be done outside the house, claiming that UDA had compromised most MPs by outrightly bribing them. The two parties agreed to form the National Dialogue Committee, NADCO, co-chaired by Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka and Majority leader Kimani Ichung'wah. After a series of meetings and 1 or 2 deadlocks, NADCO presented its report to President William Ruto and Azimio leader Raila Odinga, who both agreed to recommend the adoption of the report. However, a section of leaders from Azimio, including Martha Karua, opposed some of the proposals and claimed that the committee did not address the most pressing issue, the cost of living.
While concluding on the NADCO report, we want to say it has nothing to alleviate the suffering of citizens, but it offers goodies to the leadership. This is totally unacceptable. It is a fraud upon Kenyans. It should be frowned upon and totally rejected. That is the verdict of NARC Kenya.
And not the least, Kawira Mwangaza impeachment. Meru County Governor Kawira Mwangaza was the first county boss to face impeachment in 2023 following a failed attempt in 2022.
A woman leader who really contested and won. Why don't you go and try even to vie for a village seat?
The county chief, who ran on an independent ticket, found herself on the MCA's chopping board in what was the culmination of protracted wrangles between her and them.
Special sitting has been convened to hear charges on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, the governor of Meru County.
During her first impeachment, the grounds given included nepotism, abuse of office, and gross misconduct. The main cause of the strife was because she allegedly refused to release development funds to MCAs. She was, however, saved by the Senate, and soon after, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua stepped in to try and mediate the conflict between the two warring sides. Barely 3 months later, a second motion to impeach her was filed at the county assembly, where 80% of the House voted to send her packing. The motion was escalated to the Senate, where Kawira pleaded not guilty to all charges. She claimed she was a victim of bitter election rivals trying to oust her. The Senate blocked her impeachment for the second time.
Are you really being fair to us?
And
wewe kama mlichaguliwa na chama cha ODM, wewe umefunga ndoa na ODM kwa miaka 5.
ODM defections was witnessed in the year 2023, and there was a mass exodus of several members of parliament elected on an ODM ticket, pledging loyalty to President William Ruto. In what was arguably the betrayal of the year, a group of MPs from Raila's Nyanza backyard publicly declared that they would work with the UDA government. Among them were Langata MP Felix Jalango Odiwar, Kisumu Senator Tom Ujenda, and Gem MP Elisha Odhiambo. Dubbed traitors, they were barred from attending ODM parliamentary group meetings, with the party members demanding they relinquish their seats and seek a fresh mandate from the electorate.
Utabaki ndani ya ODM, utatetea sheria ya ODM, utafuata amri ya ODM, mwongozi ya ODM mpaka baada ya miaka 5, sio? Manake wanachungwa ndio walikuchagua wewe. Kama ulichaguliwa kama mwana Wiper, wewe ni mwana Wiper. Kama ulichaguliwa kama mwana Jubilee, wewe ni Jubilee. Kama ulichaguliwa kama UDA, wewe ni UDA. For Kenya, for Kenya. Kama ulichaguliwa kama ANC, wewe ni ANC. Umefunga ndoa kwa miaka 5.
The defectors were summoned by the disciplinary committee, which told them to resign. They took the matter to the political parties tribunal, which ruled in their favor.
I, Moses Kiaria Kuria, being appointed a cabinet secretary of...
Also in 2023, there was a major event dubbed Cabinet Reshuffle. President William Ruto made his inaugural cabinet reshuffle in October. The shakeup affected cabinet secretaries in critical ministries. Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi was handed extra duties and was named the new Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretary. Alfred Mutua, who was at the time the CS for Foreign Affairs, was moved to tourism, initially held by Penina Malonza, who was reassigned to the EAC and Asol areas docket. CS Moses Kuria was ejected from the Trade Ministry and moved to public service. His position was handed to Rebecca Mano. Kuria's predecessor, Aisha Jumwa, was handed the less influential gender ministry. Kuria claimed that his removal from the trade docket was lobbied for by Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, with whom he had been at loggerheads. Additionally, CS Alice Wahome was posted to the Ministry of Lands while her water docket was taken over by CS Zakaria Njeru. These mark the 5 major events that took place and shaped politics, leadership, governance in Kenya in 2023. For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, I'm Bushebi Jr.